Every autumn, as leaves turn orange and red, a special feeling fills the air. Halloween is here. The world seems to transform overnight, with neighborhoods coming alive in a burst of color and creativity. There's a sense of excitement and anticipation that builds as October draws to a close, and people of all ages start preparing for the festivities. The days grow shorter, a chill sets in, and pumpkins with funny faces appear on porches everywhere. Streets are lined with glowing jack-o'-lanterns, and children can be seen planning their costumes, eager for a night of adventure and treats. October 31st is a night of fun, fright, and festivity, loved by kids and adults alike. It's a time for parties, laughter, and a little bit of mischief, as everyone joins in the celebration. But Halloween's roots are much older and deeper than most people realize. Its origins stretch back through centuries of history, connecting us to ancient peoples and their mysterious traditions. The name itself is a clue. Halloween is short for All Hallows' Eve, the night before All Saints' Day, a Christian holiday. This special night was once seen as a time when the boundary between the living and the dead grew thin. This connection reveals how ancient pre-Christian festivals blended with new beliefs. Over time, customs from different eras and faiths merged, creating the holiday we know today. What we celebrate today is a mix of traditions from different times and cultures. Halloween has become a global event, with each country adding its own unique twist to the festivities. Many think of Halloween as an American holiday, but its journey began thousands of years ago across the Atlantic. Its earliest roots can be traced to the misty hills and ancient villages of Europe. Traditions like costumes and trick-or-treating evolved over centuries, each generation adding something new. These customs have been shaped by folklore, superstition, and the creativity of countless families. Understanding this history helps us appreciate why we celebrate the way we do. It connects us to the past, and shows how our favorite traditions have changed and grown. In this video, we'll travel back in time to uncover the spooky evolution of Halloween, from ancient Celtic rituals to the vibrant celebrations we know today. We'll explore the myths, legends, and customs that have shaped this magical night. Let's begin our journey with the Celts, whose festival of Samhain started it all. Their ancient traditions set the stage for the Halloween we celebrate now, full of mystery and wonder. Over 2,000 years ago, the Celts of Ireland, the UK, and northern France celebrated Samhain, marking the end of harvest and the start of winter. This was a pivotal moment in their year, when the warmth and abundance of summer faded, and the long, cold nights of winter began to settle in. The festival was both a farewell to the light and a preparation for the darkness ahead. For the Celts, this was a time when the boundary between the living and the dead grew thin. The world felt charged with mystery, and the air was thick with the possibility of encounters from beyond. They believed spirits could return to Earth on this night. Some were the souls of loved ones, while others were restless or mischievous, wandering the land in search of trouble or comfort. Families welcomed ancestors by setting places at the table, hoping to honor and appease them, but also feared harmful spirits that might slip through the veil. To protect themselves, Druids built huge bonfires for cleansing and protection. These fires were believed to have magical properties, warding off evil and bringing the community together in a circle of light. People wore costumes made of animal skins to disguise themselves from wandering spirits. By blending in with the supernatural, they hoped to avoid being recognized or targeted by any malevolent forces. The bonfires were also used for fortune-telling, predicting the coming year. Rituals and games by firelight offered glimpses into the future, helping people prepare for what lay ahead. After the celebration, families took flames from the sacred fire to relight their hearths, bringing protection home for winter. This act symbolized unity, hope, and the promise of warmth through the darkest months. Samhain was a night of remembrance, fear, and hope, a powerful ritual marking the cycle of life and death. It was a time to honor the past, face the unknown, and look forward to renewal. These customs would echo through the centuries, shaping the Halloween we know today. The echoes of Samhain can still be felt in our modern celebrations, from costumes to bonfires and the honoring of spirits. The Celts' belief in the spirit world set the stage for all that followed, influencing countless generations and cultures. Their festival was more than a party. It was a way to face the darkness together, to find comfort and strength in community and tradition. The traditions of fire, costumes, and honoring the dead would prove incredibly resilient, surviving centuries of change and adaptation. Next, we'll see how these ancient beliefs blurred the boundaries between worlds, leaving a legacy that still haunts our imaginations today. On Samhain, the Celts believed the veil between worlds was at its thinnest, a time when the ordinary and the extraordinary overlapped. The boundaries separating the living from the dead, the natural from the supernatural, seemed to dissolve in the autumn mist. It was said that on this night, spirits could cross over freely, wandering the earth alongside the living, unseen but deeply felt. People left food and drink on doorsteps to appease wandering ghosts and ensure good fortune for the coming year. These offerings were tokens of respect, meant to keep both mischievous and benevolent spirits at bay. Mischievous fairies and goblins were said to play tricks, so pranks and playful chaos became part of the night's unpredictable energy, adding excitement and a hint of danger to the festivities. Costumes, offerings, and playful mischief helped communities navigate this strange, liminal time. Disguises were worn to confuse spirits, and bonfires were lit to guide lost souls and protect the living. The night was a blend of order and chaos, the living and the dead, the human and the supernatural. It was a celebration of opposites, a dance between fear and hope. These traditions weren't just about ending the harvest, they were about participating in a cosmic event, marking the turning of the year and the mysteries that came with it. The Celts embraced the mysteries of the universe, acknowledging their place in the endless cycle of life, death, and rebirth. They looked to the stars and the land for guidance, finding meaning in the unknown. This blurring of boundaries would survive for centuries, forming the spooky foundation of modern Halloween. The echoes of Samhain can still be felt in today's celebrations. As time passed, new cultures would add their own layers to these ancient beliefs, blending old customs with new traditions and creating the holiday we know today. The next chapter in Halloween's story begins with the arrival of the Romans and the rise of Christianity, setting the stage for even more transformation. When the Romans conquered Celtic lands, their festivals merged with Samhain. Feralia honored the dead, and Pomona, goddess of fruit, inspired apple traditions like bobbing for apples. As Christianity spread, the church sought to absorb pagan festivals, rather than erase them. In the 8th century, Pope Gregory III moved All Saints' Day to November 1st, aligning it with Samhain. All Souls' Day followed on November 2nd, creating a 3-day Hallowtide. The night before became All Hallows' Eve, eventually shortened to Halloween. The church gave the holiday a new name and meaning, but many old customs remained. Halloween became a blend of ancient rituals and Christian observance. This fusion set the stage for the holiday's next transformation. Even with a Christian name, Halloween kept much of its ancient spirit. Bonfires still burned, now said to ward off evil or light the way for souls. Costumes evolved into mumming. People dressed up and performed for food or drink. Another tradition, souling, saw the poor go door to door offering prayers for the dead in exchange for soul cakes. These acts combined old ideas of spirits and treats with new religious meanings. The church didn't erase Samhain, it transformed it, preserving fire, costumes, and treats. This gentle merging allowed cherished customs to survive under new faith. The result was a rich, complex holiday, part pagan, part Christian. These blended traditions would eventually cross the ocean to America. There, Halloween would evolve again, shaped by new cultures and ideas. The next big change came with the tradition of costumes. Let's see how dressing up became central to Halloween. Costumes began as a way to hide from spirits during Samhain, using animal skins and frightening masks. As Halloween merged with Christian traditions, disguises continued, now called guising in Scotland and Ireland. Children performed tricks or songs in exchange for treats, blending fun with superstition. When Irish and Scottish immigrants arrived in America, they brought these customs with them. Early American Halloween focused on parties and pranks, but costumes slowly gained popularity. Homemade outfits, often scary, reflected the holiday's supernatural roots. By the 1920s and 30s, mass-produced costumes appeared, featuring popular characters and creative designs. Costumes became about personal expression, not just scaring away spirits. The ancient practice of disguise had transformed into a night of creativity and fun. Dressing up is now one of Halloween's most beloved traditions. But what about the treats? Let's explore the story of trick-or-treating. Trick-or-treating traces back to Soling and Geising, where children perform for treats. In America, Halloween pranks sometimes got out of hand, leading communities to seek safer alternatives. Organizing door-to-door visits in costume became a way to channel mischief into fun. By the 1930s, trick-or-treating was spreading, with kids playfully demanding treats or threatening tricks. After World War II, with sugar no longer rationed, the tradition exploded in popularity. Suburban neighborhoods and candy companies helped make trick-or-treating the centerpiece of Halloween. The old soul cakes and fruit were replaced by candy bars and sweets. Trick-or-treating turned Halloween into a night of sweet rewards and community spirit. But there's another symbol that lights up the night: the jack-o'-lantern. The jack-o'-lantern story begins with an Irish folktale about stingy Jack, doomed to wander the earth with a glowing coal and a turnip lantern. To ward off Jack and evil spirits, people in Ireland and Scotland carved scary faces into turnips or beets. When immigrants arrived in America, they found pumpkins, bigger and easier to carve. Pumpkins quickly replaced turnips, and the jack-o'-lantern became a Halloween icon. Carving pumpkins is now a beloved family tradition, with designs ranging from spooky to spectacular. The jack-o'-lantern is more than a decoration, it's a symbol of creativity and the harvest season. Its glowing face welcomes trick-or-treaters and connects us to ancient legends. This simple tradition shows how Halloween adapts and evolves across cultures. The jack-o'-lantern perfectly captures the spirit of Halloween, a blend of old stories and new creativity. Now, let's see how all these traditions come together in today's celebrations. Today, Halloween is a massive celebration, especially in the United States. For children, trick-or-treating is the highlight, dressing up and collecting candy door to door. Adults join the fun with costume parties, haunted houses, and themed events. Cities host parades and festivals, turning Halloween into a public spectacle of creativity. Homes are decorated with jack-o'-lanterns, spiderwebs, and spooky displays. Some create elaborate haunted houses, drawing visitors from all over town. These decorations echo ancient bonfires and lanterns, marking a special time of year. Halloween today is a tapestry woven from Celtic, Christian, Irish, and American threads. It's a holiday that constantly evolves, blending old beliefs with new traditions. At its heart, Halloween is about transformation, community, and the thrill of the unknown. Whether you're trick-or-treating, carving a pumpkin, or attending a party, you're part of a tradition thousands of years old. From Samhain to today, Halloween remains a night of magic, mystery, and fun. Happy Halloween!